Morning, morning. Morning, morning. Hello. Hi. How are you? I'm already hot. That's good. Apologies for the late start. It has been a morning. We're live now, though. That's all that matters. We have season finale of the... today. Driver career at Abu Dhabi. And then... we are back on Formula 1 for the first time. We're back on FM for the first time in quite literally a few weeks. So looking forward to that. Millie has been an absolute fucking god again and updated the save with all of your Patreon players and very kindly updated the spreadsheet as well. So you're all at your correct clubs and the spreadsheet is all updated. I'm just currently making the thumbnail for the Qatari Grand Prix that we did yesterday because I only just downloaded it from Chris. But it's going to look like that. It's me chasing two Ferraris. And ultimately not finishing ahead of them. Sag. Still pretty gutted about that, to be honest. More like for the content than anything else. If we could have gotten ourselves to a win there in Qatar, it would have been unbelievable. I appreciate it, Jeffrey. Thank you, mate. Morning, Paolo. Morning, Tombola. Morning, Jamie, Josh, Ibozo, Ads, Ryan, Olek, Ramdog. How are we, Groves, Ollie? Jamie, thank you for the 32nd month, mate. I appreciate that, dude. 6 months in a row as well. The streak returns. Thank you to Mitch and to Danny, Owen, and the real AFC Gaming for the follows whilst we were offline. Very, very, very good of you. Appreciate it, appreciate it very much. Morning, Yuso. Called that Qatar episode, sorry, Absolute Cinema. Just like Sockmas dubbed it yesterday. Absolute Cinema, a must watch. We'll set that live for tomorrow at midday. Do 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 ding 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 wah 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 wah. I'm good, thank you, Ambrose. How are you, mate? Don't need that wire right now, thank you. It's gonna be dry, thankfully. Specialists are all unavailable for this Grand Prix weekend. Why are all the specialists on holiday? That's weird.
Here you can review your recognition information. You will see a comparison between you and your teammate, as well as any bonus you have applied.
I've actually not been on this screen the whole season. That's why it's doing a little tutorial thing.
Current perks that come with your recognition level, so you can unlock more and really push the development of the car.
At Ferrari, I'm going to have literally none of that, because I'm at like 32%. Which is great. 454 points for Max is just absurd. Oh, last race season you don't get to pick any specialists, fair enough. I presumed that was the reason. 1 win, 1 podium, 2 P4s, and a P5. Just won 100 points. Just won 100 points. Alright, let's start recording, shall we? Let's pause the musica. And off we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season finale of the first season here in the F124 driver career. This should be our last race for Haas as we look to move to Ferrari for Season 2. It's thankfully sunny the entire weekend here in Abu Dhabi, but you wouldn't have expected anything different, would you, really? We start in the sunshine, of course, for the race, but then the sun will set and the lights will come on, and we'll be finishing the full Grand Prix in dark conditions with the spotlights blaring, just as they will be in qualifying. We have had overall a decent season. in fact, a better season than I thought we would do here at Haas, to be completely honest. And getting the move to Ferrari this early on in our season, in our save, is actually justified based on our results. And we've been getting those results at 105 difficulty, which is the highest I've ever driven at. So very, very pleased with that. Still, Ferrari, the supposedly 6th best team, but they were challenging at the front in Qatar, as were we, until the gearbox stopped. So hoping for more luck this time around. I'd love to get over 100 points in my debut season in Formula 1. We currently sit on 96. We'd have been on significantly more if we'd have finished the Qatar Grand Prix. It just wasn't to be. But fingers crossed this time around things will be better for us. We'll considerably help Haas prepare the car for Season 2 by using whatever resource points we get in this 3 practice session element to continually upgrade the car if we have the finances available to do so. Everything's protected for next year. We just need to raise as much money as we possibly can, or as many resource points as we possibly can, and hopefully Haas will be competitive next year. It'd be great to be racing with them at the front in a Ferrari. That would be unbelievable and show just how much worth we've brought to this Haas F1 team. Fingers crossed we can just end the season well. Do drop the video a like if you're looking forward to the rest of the save. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on any more of it. Let me know what your thoughts are of this first season here at Haas. Have we done better than you expected? Have we done as you expected? How do you anticipate things going for us at Ferrari next year? That would be really curious to know. For now, though, I'm going to head to practice here in Abu Dhabi, and we shall take it one session at a time for the final round of your F1 24 debut season. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the 4th
I am
race
not
in
sad
the
to
Middle
see
East and the
Southgate
final
go.
one.
I am pleased to see Southgate go. It is the right thing for the future of the team.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts on the car, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Double check the SRC setup for Abu Dhabi. Changed since we last drove here. Since they updated the handling. Again, as ever, if you would like to get super competitive setups for yourselves, then you can do !SRC or !setups. You can see the name of it above me, and use the discount code Chesnoid at checkout, and you get yourself a 5% discount, and then you'll be much quicker. Right, setup on Le Bosch, and hopefully we'll enjoy this. Let's do tyre management first on the hard tyre. Emil Smith Rowe is set to become the biggest sale in Arsenal history. What is currently the biggest sale in Arsenal history? And where is Emil Smith Rowe going? For how much? I've not got any force feedback. Force feedback. I've not got any force feedback. Doobie. Now I've got my force feedback. Now I've got my force feedback.
We need to be sure we can manage the tyres through a lap, so try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit.
Yep, especially careful on corner exit. 32 million to follow. Is that really their biggest sale? I need more rear downforce. I was far too tail happy. %, remedy. The setups on SRC are specifically set up for offline modes, for long distance racing on career mode, rather than, they're not time trial setups. They're built for career mode and Grand Prix mode. And because I don't know anything about how to set up a car, they give you a great starting point to then subtly tweak if you need to, like a little bit more wing here, a little bit less engine braking there, but to give you that platform to build from, they're invaluable for me. I used them last year as well, just wasn't affiliated with them last year, whereas this year we are. Might be able to get a purple out of this. Equally, maybe not.
Because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much, not to mention recharging the battery.
Got the time available on the Delta to really look after the tyres. So I'm going to try and squeak a purple out of this if I can.
Program complete. And
Just.
job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so...
You
come on
currently
back to
use
the
time
garage
trial
and I can
setups for
take
league
you through the
racing,
numbers.
and Miami tyre temps are just killing you, yeah. That's the thing, with SRC, you don't have to buy every setup. If you want a setup just specifically for one track, then you can buy just a single track. And as they update the game with patches, etc., you're not just buying that exact setup, you're buying... Like, say, for example, take Miami. You're buying a Miami setup, but not that exact Miami setup. You're buying access to every Miami setup they have throughout that game's life cycle. So if they patch the gameplay and they update the setups, then you will get that updated Miami setup. Sam! I will do, mate. I will do. Bless you. Thank you, bro. Hope you well, man. Miss you guys. Like, fucking crazy. I want to play some video games with friends one day in 10 years' time. Doo-doo-doo. No, time trial setups don't necessarily translate as well to full 100% race distance stuff on 24 as well as they did on 23. Which is why SRC is so invaluable for those of us that do the 100% race distance competitive stuff. A couple, Jamie, yeah, one or two. As shocking as that may sound, I do actually have some friends. Only 32 laps on a medium tyre, really? Wow. Okay. So, oh yeah, the softs die super quick, don't they? Yikes. You're up early, Sam. I say, it's not that early, is it? It's 7:30. Man's gotta go to work. I was going to put some... Hang on. I was going to put a tick more wing in. Bear with. Actually, let me then save that. Abu Dhabi. There we go. Right, let's do that again. Bum, 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 bum. A bit more of a planted rear end now.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Won't be anywhere near as fast in a straight line, but tyre wear should be good because we'll be sliding less. And should be able to be more confident on the throttle. Immediately that feels incredible compared to the hard tyres with slightly less wing. Hello Bollard, how are you? You coming with me? Bye! Got planned a training session for tonight for first session back from pre-season. Running. Early pre-season sessions are all about cardio. Get that fitness back before you start working on ball work. Every time, ads, they've got a thing for me. There's like a Facebook group for bollards that hate me. How did you find AI here, by the way, ads? Difficulty-wise? Just as a passing question. Whoa, steady. Steady, Eddie. Just got new hurdles and ladders, nice. Yeah, circuits. It's the worst thing about pre-season. All the fucking fitness stuff. I particularly suck at this third sector. As you can see. Yeah, I seem to recall in previous years we always had to do an extra stop here as well. This tyre wear's quite high. Let me find this one so I can actually see what the fuck's going on. Dooby doo 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 doo. I'm better at Abu Dhabi since the layout changes, but it's still not a strong track for me. I do enjoy it though. It's I used to hate it, but it's actually a much more enjoyable circuit now they've changed the layout. What level is it that you coach at, Jamie? You weren't as strong here on 24 as you were in 23, okay. If I finish outside the points and I don't get 100 points, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. 4-fire athletic under 13s. Nice. Yeah, the kids are going to hate you. 4-fire 5 is 5, 4. 4-fire is Scottish League 2, right? Or did they get promoted? I think they were League 2, or was it East 5 that was Scottish League 2? Yeah, League 2, I thought so. Oh, hello, back end. Running significantly worn parts for this session, so hopefully that is a factor in our lack of competitiveness so far. Big lock up through there by whoever's in front of me, in Aston Martin. What was the last race you saw, Twats? Hope you had a good time in Rome, mate. Last time out in Qatar, we were destined for victory, but our gearbox blew up. 10 laps from the end. Less than 10 laps from the end. Prior to that, Las Vegas, we had a really strong Grand Prix. Brazil was indifferent. What was pre-Brazil? Singapore. Singapore was decent. Or Monza was... Too busy reading chat. Monza was the last one you saw. Okay. Monza, I retired, didn't I? I was just unbelievably shit in the rain. Rephrase. I'm not even just shit in the rain. It's that the AI are so strong in the rain. It's so strong in wet conditions.
Okay, test complete, and that was
It's actually mental.
really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
A lot of valuable information out of that. Well done. Tyre wear is about as expected. So results-wise, I can't see from this menu. I'll have to show you after this, but... Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm not particularly competitive here, am I? This is going to be interesting. Ruh-roh. What day's today? Tuesday. I can't even remember the last time we played FM, to be honest.
Don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
Spoiler alert, no. Ted with a 28th month, 3 in a row, just finished season 13 of your FM save with Warrington Town, finished 9th in the Prem, hoping to get a European place next season. Up the Warrington, mate. Good luck, mate. Loving the content, mate. Ta, pal. Ta, la. Up the Warrington.
Okay, that's the test.
Good 20th it reckons,
So,
lovely.
I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
Yeah, my nephew is making a jump from 9-a-side to 11-a-side this season as well. Same level under 13s. I got fucking none of them. Oh, good. Am I really that slow here? I'm only a 10th off Kevin. Apparently I'm just slow here. Okay, yikes. Hello, Tozzy. How are you, pal?
And that's it. Practice is official.
Yeah, good, thank you, Ads. How are you, mate? So, since Monza was a DNF, we got a P8 in Azerbaijan, P4 in Singapore. We retired through engine failure in the United States, a P14 in Mexico, a P13 in Brazil, and a P5 in Vegas. Would have been probably at least the top two, if not probably a win in Qatar. And then we DNF'd. Because my gearbox decided to watch shit the bed. Because, yay. We got 5 out of 5 for time management, didn't we? Yeah. Pass. Thank you. I don't think the New England man should move on Kane and Walker for the next tournament, but it shouldn't be so reliant on them. IMO. Before the carnage begins next week, yeah. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Glad you're well, dude. In regards to last year, Bradley, obviously the game mode is significantly better and more unique with regards to driver career this year. The handling is 75% of what it was last year. It's not bad. It's just that last year was so good that it doesn't compare favourably, but it's still an enjoyable game. I'd say the changes to career mode have brought parity with it with regards to handling last year, with the no improvements to either career mode. 300 resource points. Unfortunately, no specialists are in attendance in the final round of the championship, so I don't get my boost to 390. Don't know whether I have enough to actually adjust anything on the car at this stage. Abu Dhabi seems to not be strong for me, although I did have worn components in, so maybe we can be slightly better with a fully fresh car. I'm not actually that confident here of actually being able to get to the 100-point mark that I would like to do. I can't afford either of those. I can't afford the powertrain. I can afford the ERS, 387. I think that might be the only one I can afford to do. I could do the electrical systems, but that's neither here nor there, is it? Okay, well, this is literally the only thing I can afford, Haas. So, there you go. I've quite literally given you everything I possibly could this season. So, fingers crossed, the final race result is similar. I will give all I have for a strong result for the team. However, I'm not promising anything at this stage because apparently I'm not that quick here. But we'll qualify as best as we can. Probably going to have to utilise the battery quite a bit down the straights. And we'll just hope for the best.
Welcome along, everybody. It's the
Walk will be 36 by the next tournament. See, no, if he's still got his pace, like, if he's still got his pace, he's still effective, isn't he? I don't know. Kane must have been carrying something this in the Euros. Just wasn't at it. We're definitely not going to get through to Q3, are we? So might as well do 2 laps. In typical Dutch fashion, you're going to bike the length of the country on Friday. Go on, lad. So let's check fuel. Yeah, only 5.6 laps worth. Got kit launch at Forest this week, so it's going to be busy. But yeah, no, it's going to be mad busy. How much do you actually stock in that store? Because it's like half tourist information, half Forest merch, isn't it? That wasn't great. Oh, 80% forest, 10% tourist, 10% travel centre. Fair enough. I thought it was more the. I thought it was like the other way around.
We've just been pushed down into P18.
It's not felt like a strong lap. 23.9 isn't horrendous, knowing that that wasn't a strong lap. It's not great by any stretch. 1.1 seconds off the pace. Ah, yeah, it was really not great. Oh, so I've not been to town for a little while, so that must have been updated. They must have updated it since I was last in town. To be fair, look, I'm only a tenth and a half off Gasly, so there's definitely time in the car. Now then, Cole. Honestly, I don't know. I think they'll go for Graham Potter, but I don't know. Obviously, you'd love someone like Klopp or Tuchel, but not going to happen. Lee fucking Carsley. Oh, God. Oh, glad you enjoyed them, Fletch. Appreciate the support, mate. Potch would be an idea, certainly. Whether he'd take it or not, I don't know. I think Eddie Howe would do a good job too. Fenerbahce have got Alan Saint-Maximin on loan. I know Newcastle fans would be gutted if he leaves. I mean, there's nothing really you can do to get comments on your video, Jeffrey, other than ask people to leave a comment. Like, if you ask for either specific feedback or ask a question and ask for a response to said question, then that's a good way to go about doing so. Like, I was thinking of changing our formation to this, or what formation do you think I should try in this career mode, or have you got any transfer suggestions? I'm looking for these and these and these positions, etc, etc.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
No, I don't agree, Twats. I think you have the best man for the job. I don't think a national side should have a manager from that nation. It's the preference, obviously, but if there's nobody that's any good, then you wouldn't want the national side to be hamstrung by a lack of managers of that nationality. That's the thing, though. Like the people that took Eddie Howe and put faith in Eddie Howe at Newcastle are leaving now, aren't they? Like Amanda Staveley and the other guy that's selling off his shares. They're being held back by financial regulations, etc. Like it might just be a good opportunity to just be like, you know what, project's not quite gone as well as we'd hoped it might do. It's going to be more frustrating than anything else. Maybe I'll just take the opportunity. I don't think Poch would take it. I don't think he'd be like. I'd be quite happy to have Poch as England manager, but I don't think he'd take it. I'd be quite happy to have Jurgen or Thomas Tuchel, regardless of the fact that they're German. I agree. Playing staff-wise, that's obviously fine, but managerial-wise, I don't see an issue with it. Yeah, they went from 10% to 6%, didn't they, Ads? and they're selling more off, I think, aren't they? Yeah, I think so, lads. I think you're right.
Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16.
Exactly, Serena Weigman with the Lionesses has done phenomenally well. Like, at the top level, you can maybe make a point for it because there are top quality managers of that nationality. But it would be unfair to smaller nations who just don't have the pool of, for lack of a better term, talent available. Give it Emma Hayes. Too busy trying to read that. Oh, yeah, no, I know Poch doesn't have any issues with England, but he'd obviously be thinking about his reputation back home. I'd say the England-Argentine rivalry is probably more fierce now than the England... Like, the England-German rivalry is fucking 100 years old from the Second World War. Like, competitively, it means fuck all. The Germans don't give a fuck about us. They care about the Dutch. It's just all the people that are like, oh, we won the fucking war, like, 100 years ago. I don't give a fuck about having a German manager. And I don't think the Germans would give a fuck about a German managing the English national side. But I think the Argentines, like the Falklands, etc., is still relatively recent in the grand scheme of things, and they're still not very keen on the English. So I think it would be different for an Argentine than it would be. It wouldn't necessarily be the English not wanting an Argentine manager. It would be the Argentines not wanting an Argentine English manager. We found significant time in the middle of the lap. Half a second up. I just want to see what it's like compared to Logan Sargent through this second sector. It's close. We might have found some time, but it's really close. Down to P19 at the minute. We have a strong third sector, and it is my weakest part of the track. We might be going out in Q1 here. Trying my hardest to get as strong a finish as I can. Wheel spin on the way to the line, and it's P15 by the skin of my teeth. I rushed the exit at the final corner, definitely lost some time there, but just making it through to Q2 by smashing the power down as fast as I could, literally by 15 milliseconds. Oh no, it's Kevin. Ignore me. Might be by even less. Actually, no, it wasn't. Daniel was 0.2 slower. So even though I made a couple of mistakes on the lap, I don't think there's much more in it. I don't think we'll be qualifying any higher than 13th for this Grand Prix, but certainly we were actually genuinely at no real threat of not making it to Q2. 15th was obviously the last and at-risk position, but we had 2 tenths in the pocket to Daniel and Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent, Esteban Ocon down there as well, and Alex Albon just nowhere near us, to be completely honest. So I'm 2 tenths off my teammate, which isn't great, but at a circuit where I don't feel mad confident, I'm not that bothered by it. Lewis will certainly want to be better in Q2 to ensure he doesn't get knocked out, but Max Verstappen looks like he's pretty dominant here. He and Fernando Alonso significantly better than the majority of everybody else. We shall go into Q2 hoping for the best, but keeping a realistic head on things.
Okay, I hope you brought something good to read today. There's an issue with the fuel system. We don't think it's anything terminal, but it is going to take some time to investigate and repair, I'm afraid.
That's fine. We should have enough time for 2 runs still. Millie! Chat, can we get an absolute love heart spam for Millie? For last night, updating all of the save with everybody's Patreon players, meaning that we're in a position to be able to play Football Manager for a number of hours this week. Millie is single-handedly the reason why you're going to get multiple Football Manager episodes this week. So if we could get love heart spam for Millie to firm up our love for him, I'd appreciate it. Because he's phenomenal. GOAT is absolutely the right word. Absolute hero. Appreciate you very much, Millie. Thank you, mate. Lots of FM today, lots of FM Thursday. At the very least, and we should be able to get 3 or 4 episodes out of that. Might even be able to make it to the end of the current season. Ryan with a 52nd month, and that's in a row as well. Absolute hero. Still got the Judy and all your efforts to try and keep it at Cambridge to fuck off to Newcastle. Yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't help things, can you? Steady, no traction whatsoever. I don't need a mod, Ben. I appreciate the thought, but it would be just like pinning a badge on Millie for the sake of pinning a badge on him, which doesn't really make sense. Millie knows how much we love him without having a little green sword next to his name in a Twitch mod chat. Oh, Time with Friends is also important. Time with Friends is more important than watching me play Football Manager, to be honest. Plus, Millie likes his diamond, and if you get the sword, you don't get your diamond, and Millie wants his diamond, which is understandable. Right. We did a 23-3 in Q1. I'm going to need to beat that in Q2 if we want to get through. The drop-off in soft tyres is crazy. They do not last around here at all. Currently installing Starfield again. Nice. I really want to play more of that. I could play that instead of playing FM, but I think you guys would rather I played FM, wouldn't you, really?
Right, the car's ready.
Not having to deal with your reprobates is a blessing in itself. Yeah, exactly. It'd be more hassle than it's worth. The weight of responsibility. handful of drivers not going out again. Presume it's the top 5. So at the minute, Lewis is at risk. Lewis is out. So yeah, the top 7 all only doing 1 run. They're happy enough with their times here, the top 7. Is that going to cost any of them their place in Q3? It's brave. Very brave. I haven't got my heart rate monitor again on again, have I? I've forgotten the past 2 days to put the fucking heart rate monitor on. What a tit. I really am. But you guys knew that anyway. Oh, always run SSDs these days. Cool. 100%. Which one's left? That's left. Ugh. Wee, 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 wee. No box. Oh my god, it's so fucking hot in here. Hey Mamu, how are you, mate?
Okay, that's P15 on the grid. That moves you into P15.
Yeah, it's the right time for Southgate to go. Even if he'd won, it would be the right time for him to go. And the fact that we didn't win, it's the right time for him to go. I don't think it really mattered what happened in this tournament. It's the right time for him to go. Really close with Yuki in P11 right now. Really close with Yuki in P11. I can get a good final corner. We might be able to make it into P11 and win.
Drop to P15.
Win Q2. P9, we're into Q3. I don't really know how we've been able to pull that out of the bag, but I will take it. Bring on me 100 points, come on. I'm just gutted not to get it in Qatar, because I didn't fancy myself around here, but we've somehow managed to pull a P9 out of the bag and eliminated Lewis Hamilton in the process of doing so. Lewis did go for another run. And if we have a look at the race director... So, the top 7, as we were after one run, didn't go again. Lando went again and significantly improved to go fastest, and I am the best of the rest of those that did 2 runs. We have personally eliminated Lewis Hamilton from qualifying. We were only half a tenth faster than him, only 7 milliseconds faster than Lance Stroll, a tenth and a bit faster than our teammate, but into Q3. Get in. I need 4 points. I need a P8 or better in the race to guarantee 100 points. A P9 and fastest lap doesn't get me there. I need P8 as a minimum. And I'm desperate to get 100 points in my first season in Formula 1. I'd be absolutely made up if we can do it. White chocolate milkshakes are so sweet. It's so sickly. Tyres are wearing quite evenly around here at the minute. 28% on all tyres other than the front left that was 25. 29 on the rear, 28 front right, 25 front left. Now, because we're not expecting, even with a brand new set on, really to go any faster than anyone else that's in this session apart from maybe Lance Stroll, I would be significantly tempted to say, oh no, that Q3 set gets thrown away anyway, doesn't it? I don't get that set for the race. I might as well use it. My brain was going, if I save that set of softs, then maybe I could use them in the race and have a fresh set, but you don't actually get that set in the race if you don't use it. It just gets handed back to the FIA. So we'll have 2 sets of mediums and a set of hards for the race, and our set of soft tyres that will be available for the Grand Prix will be starting at 9% wear across the board, which is not great. So we're effectively going to be medium harding in the race, or medium hard mediuming, but we might as well use this set of soft tyres and go for it. So can we go anywhere other than P10? Let's find out.
Ready? Okay, let's go.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
Despite what has felt like a decent lap, I still think it's going to be P10. I genuinely couldn't tell you the last time that we actually made it to Q3. It is P10. I couldn't tell you the last time we actually made it to Q3. So, in our last Grand Prix for Haas, to make it to the final bit of qualifying is an achievement enough in itself, really. Obviously, we have the target of getting 100 points, and I'd love to do that on a personal note. But to do it for the team, we're really impressed to have made it this far. Lando was well off the pace. Max Verstappen on pole. Sergio Perez in second. It's a Red Bull front row lockout for the first time in forever. You can see the grid here. Obviously, we'll still see if anyone's taking any penalties and if we might start slightly higher up. I was only 13 milliseconds off Carlos Sainz, continually proving that Ferrari have almost certainly made the right decision in hiring me over Carlos as he leaves the team. But I'm happy enough with that. P10 is better than where I thought I'd start. After the first run in Q1, I thought, hello, we're probably going to be 16th or 17th here, out in Q1 and stand no chance of getting any points. We are in with a shout. God, it takes forever to load, doesn't it? Who's excited for the Olympics then? Because I fucking am. I think I'm looking forward to the Olympics more than I was looking forward to the Euros, to be honest.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen
So
put in a
it is the
fantastic
Red
lap
Bull
yesterday,
front row
and he'll
lockout
start
that
from
we
pole
expected.
position.
I don't
Sergio Perez
anticipate
lines up
anyone taking any
alongside.
penalties.
Moving on to the rest of the
Were
grid,
there any retirements in the last Grand
Fernando
Prix?
Alonso, Oscar Piastri,
Verstappen spun.
Stroll,
I can't recall
Norris,
anyone other than maybe my
Wood,
teammate retiring. I
Hamilton,
start 7th.
Gasly,
Russell takes a penalty.
Bottas,
Leclerc takes a penalty.
Ricciardo,
And I think
Sargent,
Sainz's taken a penalty as well,
Ocon,
has he? Sainz down in
Sainz,
16th.
Sonoda,
Holy moly.
Magnussen,
Magnussen takes another bloody penalty. Tsunoda.
and Alex Albon
Loads of people taking
and
pens.
striding in.
So our durability has been really good this season.
Okay, mate.
I know I said that
final
yesterday and then
season.
something failed on me,
Everybody in this
but
entire team has worked incredibly hard to give us the chance to get a good result today. I need you to do your bit and go out there and bring it home for us.
I will do my best, Mark. We are starting in a position that would see us finish with over 100 points. There's a lot of hard starters. It reckons that a medium, hard is the best way to go. The others must be medium. Or the others, sorry, must be hard, medium. And what I might do, in fact, what I am going to do, is put the hard tyre in the middle. And do it that way, so I'm faster at the end of the race with a medium set. We'll start on the mediums. That should hopefully keep us competitive with those in front of us. We'll undercut, put on the hard tyre, and hopefully go faster than those that are in front of us. And then the medium tyre should hopefully see us be quick enough at the end of the race as well. We do have a worn set of softs we can put on, but rather evidently they're not going to last more than 7 or 8 laps. I'll take a little bit of fuel out, but I'm apprehensive to take too much out because it's a long Grand Prix here, and it's a bit of a drinker. So I'm quite happy with... Well, I'm delighted to be starting P7, to be quite honest with you. We're thrilled to be P10. We know there are a lot of faster cars behind us, but with drivers like Russell being down in 10th, that's 3 positions we've got there. 5 positions on Charles Leclerc, and 9 positions on Carlos Sainz. I mean, we're in a fantastic position to have a brilliant final last hurrah in a Haas. All I've got to do now is do the job. Which is not necessarily something that I can guarantee. To celebrate my P7 and getting to see more F1 and FM, just ordered myself a double quarter pounder meal and an Oreo McFlurry from Mackey's for lunch. Hero. The Skittles McFlurry, by the way, fucking phenomenal. I had a Skittles McFlurry the other day and it was delicious. Very sweet, but fruity sweet rather than like chocolatey, sickly sweet. It was really, really nice. In fact, I might get one tomorrow on my day off. Haas have just announced half an hour ago that they are utilising Ferrari power units until 2028. They've extended their partnership with Ferrari till 2028. The Skittles McFlurry is genuinely worth it. If you like Skittles, then you'll love the McFlurry. Right, let's give you guys a prediction whilst I go for a quick toilet break, shall we? We're starting P7, but we're expecting to probably go backwards. So I will ask you if you think I will or will not get 100 points. Will I get a P8 or higher, or will it be P9 or lower? Have your vote. Thank you for the follow, J-Tonk. Have your vote. I'm going to go for a quick toilet break, and then we will race when I return. BRB. Which way did we vote? Which way did we vote? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Somewhere. Wow. Okay. So a lot of you are confident in me. Apologies in advance if you lose your points. I cannot promise anything. Yikes. Josh has gone ham with 190,000 on yes, we will get P8 or higher. A lot of you did the same for Qatar, and you saw how that ended. Not well. Bloz lost 200,000 channel points yesterday. Josh might be doing the same. One Arm Bandit might be in the money. IB, Malicious James and Fletch risking it. Trying to win big. Up the 100 points. You're not wrong. It was indeed a yikes, wasn't it, Fletch? Didn't go well for Bloz yesterday. Let's hope it well, it didn't go well for me yesterday either, to be fair. Let's see what we can do, shall we?
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can.
We're starting on the outside of turn 1, which will give us the inside of turn 2 if we can, as Mark says, get a good launch as the race starts. Everybody in position. 5 lights for the final Grand Prix of the season. Let's go get 100 points. Great start. Good launch. Stroll's had a terrible start and drifting left. There's the bloody Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Getting stuck on the apex and still stuck behind a slow-moving Lance Stroll. Now, Lewis on hard tyres is going to be still quite quick. But I'm hoping these medium tyres in these early stages will help us keep tabs on those faster cars on the slower compound. That's the anticipation. A tentative start, but a start that keeps us in position nonetheless. I may well look to box slightly earlier than 18, maybe 16, to try and make the most of as much of an undercut as we can possibly get, because these medium tyres are going to wear quite quickly. I could have maybe gone for the hards as well, but
That start was okay.
I don't know.
Stay alert for threats
going on the
around.
mediums and then getting a significant undercut on the hards is probably the better way to go about doing things. Not a bad first lap so far. Not the worst start to the race we've had in recent memory. And to be still in P7 is as good as we probably could have hoped for. Lando is probably going to be the one that makes up the most amount of time here in these early stages on those medium tyres. I'm just using my mediums to keep me competitive with those on the hards. Lando on his mediums is just going to be faster than those on the hards, and he could genuinely make a charge to get to the front if his tyres will last long enough for him to be able to do so. He won the last Grand Prix in Qatar, although if I had my way and my gearbox lasted, I had something to say about that. Not a bad first lap at all. Having Lance Stroll in front will mean that he'll keep us with him. He's probably the only one in the front 8 that I'd stand a chance to be able to stick with, to be honest. Lewis is already looking very, very tasty behind us. Gasly's falling further back. Russell's right with him, though. And as soon as George Russell gets past, he's going to be right on the back of Lewis Hamilton as well. Lando making a move on Oscar Piastri up top. Lando's going to go for it to try and get himself the lead of the Grand Prix by the end of this first stint. Whether that's team orders at McLaren or not, I don't think so, the way that Oscar Piastri's fighting it. Lando is going to make his way through and now try and chase after the front 3, who've opened up a bit of a gap there. But he'll have the tyre to be able to get himself back into contention with the front 3 if he can keep his teammate at bay. Which at the minute, he is doing.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
I'm not sure when to make the move on Stroll. We'll try and take the move on Stroll. I think it's going to be a case of waiting for Lando to get away from Piastri, who's gone defensive already on Lance Stroll. And if the two of them get too slow around here, Piastri clambering all over the curb, we could get a bit of a switch back on both of them here and make a position or two. We're past Stroll. Piastri doesn't have DRS. I'm going to use a lot of battery here, and that is a double move.
Keep going.
That's pretty tasty. P7 to P5, ladies and gentlemen. Get me after Lando Norris. Yellow flag behind. Oh, Lance Stroll's put it in a wall. VSC deployed.
Car has been deployed. We need to get
What's happened to Lance Stroll? He's absolutely died there. Was there contact? Or has he just binned it? He's drifted wide. He's got Piastri on the inside. No contact. He's just drifted wide in the dirty air on the back of my car. Got onto the curb. Binned it. Is he going to hit the wall? He is indeed. He's kept his foot pinned as he spun round, which is where all that smoke came from. You can hear it in the revs. See it with the smoke. And he's lost his front wing. A Vias, that may even be a full safety car, you know. He's just drifting back across the circuit here. Surely this is going to be a full safety car at the beginning of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
He's still not moving anywhere, Lance. Why did he have to... What? He's rolled all the way off track, all the way back to the barrier, and then gone, you know what? I should probably go forward, shouldn't I? Okay, come on, and here we go. What the hell? All right, Lance, you do you, pal.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty.
Any
Slow
chance of
your
us going
pace.
green anytime soon? Lance is in the pits. The VSC is still in effect. There we go.
Safety car is
Ending. We're going to be back to
Maintain
green
the pace
race.
until we get the
Green
flag.
flag racing.
VSC ending. Wait for the greens.
Here we go. We're off again. That took an age. Well, we're up to P5, and Lance Stroll is now completely ruined his whole race. So we are thrilled. All I've got to do now is try and keep Oscar Piastri behind me. I don't have DRS now. All I have is a softer compound of tyre. Is that going to be enough to help us defend against Oscar and Lewis behind? I don't know. Currently running top 5, though, here in Abu Dhabi, thanks to that fantastic double move that, in effect, was what caused Lance to bin it in the first place, because he was massive aero wash in the dirty air off the back of my car, which saw him go wide, and then he's just popped it straight in a wall.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
Shush, Billy. Shush. Nearly, but crucially not quite. George Russell has now made it past Pierre Gasly behind. And there's a Ferrari in there as well. I think Piastri might, Gasly might just be battling hard with him, and they're falling further back. So they're losing. They've got no DRS now on Lewis, that's for sure. Which is great news for us to try and extend the gap. Although at the minute, it's my pace that's deciding the gap. My pace is not going to be that strong. I'd probably be better off getting dragged along by the two that are with me. Specifically Oscar Piastri in that McLaren, but I don't fancy myself being able to keep with him. You've seen the gap that Lando Norris has created over me already, and even though we're on a softer compound, pretty sure Oscar Piastri would extend by a similar margin, because the wear is starting to kick in now. We're at 10 and 11%, as you can see on the rears, after 5 and a bit laps. Almost certainly going to box after lap 16 and take the hards as far as we possibly can, to then do a similar stint again on the mediums at the end of the race, relying on my battery quite a bit here. But at the moment, we do look good for a top 7 finish, and hopefully that 100 point mark. I'm going to swing wide on Oscar here to cut in, and then cut back again as Lewis has a look.
You might make a mistake.
It's fine. We've got DRS. Now then, can we stick with the pace of Oscar Piastri? I was nervous about trying to do too hard a cutback there, for fear of Lewis sticking his nose where it wasn't wanted and making contact with a Mercedes. George is now definitively past that group behind. The Ferrari, or one of the Ferrari, presumably Charles Leclerc as the more forward Ferrari, is also past the Alpine as well, which is P9. And that Mercedes and Ferrari are going to close up. P9 is not good enough for me for a 100 points finish this season. I need P8 or higher. We need Oscar to drag us away continually still. Please, Oscar, put your foot down, but take me with you. As we say thank you to Steds for the 12th month. Thank you, mate. Brand new 1-year badge for you in chat there. Having watched the entire series via YouTube, finally able to watch some of the race live. Thank you for joining us, pal. I appreciate it. Thank you for showing your support on YouTube as well. Doing what we can. Doing what we can. Yeah, the rears don't like me at the minute. I nearly binned it there, and Lewis is going to have me. I'll take the DRS though.
Hamilton ahead. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race.
I'll get DRS off the back of Lewis, because he was slightly in front. He won't get DRS because Oscar Piastri was too far away. Now hopefully we can close the gap enough here to get DRS on the next stint or next straight as well. And I think we might just be able to do that if I can have a decent time of things through here, which I absolutely haven't done. But just across the line, we might maybe have been through. We weren't. The rear tyre's already giving out at 13 and 14%. So we're really going to have to take that hard set quite away. I'm going to put my car in the middle of the road here so that Lewis can't get through. My battery is going to be very, very important for the remainder of this stint now. Definitely not going to make it past Oscar Piastri before lap 15. That's for damn sure. Lewis Hamilton's almost certainly going to get past me very soon indeed. George is now up with us. The Ferrari's probably not far behind. And he's brought Pierre Gasly with him as well, Charles Leclerc. Okay, we need to really take care of these rear tyres now. Need to be very, very cautious in the traction zones. Because the longer they last, the better our finish will be. It's all about tyre management at this phase of the Grand Prix. Who's going for it up the inside. Get on the power early. Try and stick with here. He'll have DRS though, annoyingly. But the slipstream is going to be decent enough. Don't go defensive, Lewis. You don't have to. Let's just carry the speed all the way through the corner, shall we? George is coming, but he's not getting close enough. So we'll have DRS on Lewis. I think he's still not quite with Piastri, so he doesn't have DRS here. George does, so I'm going to have to use some of my battery. We're doing all right. We're still managing the stint well enough, I think. I'm still happy enough to be P7 and still very much in the fight. P5 is still very much there with us. Just can't afford to drop all the way to the back of this train. Yeah, the car does not want to stop in there right now, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much. Christ. Braking zones are much longer now. Lewis is having a look at Piastri here. Lewis is going for it around turn 9. He's going to have the inside line, you know. Lewis Hamilton's moved himself up into P5 here. Excellent racing from the 7-time world champion. That's fantastic work. He closed Piastri down because Oscar was out of DRS range. Closed him down and got the overtake done at the first attempt. It's absolutely superb from Lewis Hamilton, that. I wonder if how strong the Mercedes will be next year. We've absolutely no idea
6.8 seconds.
what the performance index will look like next season. What is and isn't going to be a competitive car is probably going to be entirely different to how we end this season. But we are going to be in DRS range of Piastri here still, which is great. Right, the car is definitely struggling to slow down at the moment, so I'm having to brake significantly earlier than we have been at other times. Still able to maintain the gap to Russell though, so that's fine. Just got to stay within DRS of those in front.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Yeah, when do we think we should pit? I might pit at the end of 15. So that we give that objective as long as possible, but it gets postponed. Although if I'm still in DRS, I might as well try and do the full stint. %20 wear after 10 laps on the rears. Pretty brutal. Still just able to hang on in the DRS while using my battery. Gasly's loving life right now. He's being dragged along to a very good finish. Out of DRS range. Not quite got it then. Now we're in trouble. It's going to be pretty simple for George, this. What we're going to do is try and stick to George.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
Try and stick to George and get as far as the others in front, and he'll hopefully bring us back within touching distance, because it seems the Mercedes is the faster car over the McLaren today. Crucially, Charles Leclerc behind me is also on medium tyres, so that's going to make a big difference. His tyres are going to be just as worn. He won't have a tyre advantage on me the same way that George Russell and the other two in front have as well. Also, Pierre Gasly's on the hard tyre. I'm going to shut that door, thank you, Charles. You're not coming through there. Need to concentrate now, because I can't afford to lose DRS range to George Russell as well. That really will kill my race.
The car in front is a second a lap faster. 1 second.
Probably going to be forced to box this lap, I think, having lost DRS on George Russell now. It's 4 laps earlier. So I'm going to have to do 30 laps on the hard tyre. Charles Leclerc's going to make the move here. Pierre Gasly's also curious. Pierre Gasly can get lost. I might use the DRS on Leclerc to extend by 1 more. But we're still going to box. We're still going to box significantly earlier. Going to have to get to lap 44-ish on the hard tyres to make this strategy work for us. Which is not going to be easy.
Okay, well, it wasn't to be this time, but not to worry. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's focus.
Cool story.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Charlie's struggling with rear traction, but rather evidently so am I. I could extend again, but I'm not going to. We're going to box. We're going to box. 3 laps earlier than initially anticipated. We're boxing for a set of hard tyres. Gonna have to take them as far as probably lap 43 or 44, and then hope that we can make it to the end with some decent pace then at this undercut. And the overcut at the end,
that was a fantastic stop, faster than we
work
were
in our
expecting.
favour.
All right, we'll be doing 1 more stop today. 1 stop left in this strategy.
Yeah, that's the plan. Stroll is in absolutely no man's land, the back of the track. Fernando Alonso actually has got himself a decent lead in P1 right now. The 2 Red Bulls are right with each other. And we need to make the most of this free air here. Thankfully, there's not much of a train in front, so we should be able to get past Sargent relatively straightforwardly. Then hopefully Zhou and Tsunoda we can do in 1 or 2 DRS zones, 1 at a time, or maybe even both at the same time, a la the move we made earlier on today. And then fingers crossed that free air to the next train will last us until they all start to pit, and then we'll gain some more time. But these hard tyres are going to have to go a long way, because the medium tyres aren't lasting as much as we hoped that they would do pre-race. Lando's really not closed down on those Red Bulls like I thought he would do with the medium tyre. It just shows how competitive the hard tyre is longer term. But we'll have the undercut on all of the medium runners here, who are probably going to go to about lap 18, which is where we originally were scheduled to stop. So we'll have a 3-lap undercut, and hopefully it's enough to keep us in a really good position for later in the race.
11.2 seconds. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.2 seconds.
Fuel's absolutely fine. Actually running very heavy right now. Although we did have a VSC, didn't we? An extended VSC, which saved a lot of fuel. Got to factor that in, I suppose.
Tyre condition still looking good.
I know, I put them on last lap, mate, that's why. Arsenal TTV, thank you for the follow, mate. We did indeed, Ollie, yes. We did indeed undercut. Oh. An Amazon package delivered whilst we were busy waffling. Just to undercut. Usual undercut reasons. Trying to earn some time back in some positions if possible. Some medium runners in the box now, including Charles Leclerc, who I'd very much like to come out in front of now, if we can, which we are doing.
Remember to adjust your ERS mode and your MFD if you need to.
We've got a great run on Sargent here, but I'll take the DRS. I think we're going to get the DRS
mate,
anyway.
We've got to move up the order if we can, so I'm setting you a new target. Push, push.
Okay, 14th he wants me to get to. That's a new, to be fair, that's a new mid-race objective. We've not had that before. Wants me to get to 14th in 7 laps. Zhou Guanyu is in front of us by 2 seconds, and that is comfortably going to be an achievable target. Charles Leclerc has actually gone medium-medium, I've just noticed, and he's only a second or so behind. So Charles Leclerc is going medium-medium hard rather than medium hard medium like we are. So Charles Leclerc will get an undercut on us next time he boxes, but hopefully our medium set at the end of the race will be fast enough to help us close back the gap that he builds and still finish ahead of Charles. He's getting stuck behind Logan Sargent here, which is suiting me down to the ground for the time being. Further Leclerc has to go before he gets to me, the better, because then his medium tyres will be more worn and it will stand a better chance of sticking pace with him throughout the rest of this stint. Being in the DRS of a Ferrari on mediums when we're on hards could really give us a great stint later in the Grand Prix and a particularly strong finish. Going to be in DRS range to Zhou Guanyu here as well. Everything's going to plan so far. Charles is past Logan Sargent, no surprises. But will be past Zhou Guanyu by the end of the next DRS zone. I think you could probably guess my thoughts on the Gardner signing, can't you, really? Pretty bloody sensational. Hello, Lucid. How are you, mate? Right up behind Zerg when you now with a full battery. This is going to be a position and an objective achieved all the way around the outside of turn 9.
Easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it.
I made it look easy because it was easy. But I'm glad he enjoys working with me. Unfortunately, well, actually no, because there's only one engineer in game for the user. Mark will come with me to Ferrari. I wonder if, I don't know whether it's been confirmed yet or not, I wonder if Bono will go with Lewis to Ferrari, or whether they'll give him a one of Ferrari's race engineers. Lots of the hard runners in now on lap 20, so they're going to look to take their medium sets with 38 laps left to go. They're going to try and do a 19-lap stint on each medium set. That's Oscar Piastri in front of us, who's come out on hards now. Has he gone hard? Some are going hard. That's very intriguing. Hard is a particularly strange decision when I'm sure they all have 2 medium sets available. They must have taken the harder allocation of tyres, and they're going hard to maybe go soft at the end, but you imagine not. Imagine they'll just go hard, medium. Well, we're back in P8. We are effectively back in position for our top 100, for our points for 100 for the season. We're in DRS of Piastri. Lando's gone medium. Lewis is right behind me. Charles is still 2 seconds behind, as he's not really been able to make those medium tyres work for him yet. And we're very happy right now. In his current Mercedes deal, there's a clause that stops Lewis from taking any personnel to another team. Okay, so Bono won't go with him then. Pay attention, Chaz. Pierre Gasly in the box, George Russell in the box, so we should make a couple of positions here, hopefully. Up to P6. Still very happy with how this stint's going, and we're back within DRS range of Piastri now as well. Drag me along, Oscar. Drag me along. Spain the deserved winners, Lucid. Spain the deserved winners. I feel like we've got pace on Piastri here. So I'm actually going to try and go for the overtake. Is he going to go defensive? We'll try around the outside as we have done on a couple of others. He's gotten a little bit reactive there. Jerked towards the inside of the track. And he made slight contact with me there. He's still on the outside here. Oscar Piastri is right there. But we've got the inside line. We will continually have the inside line. And he's backed out of it. We are up to P5. Now they will stick with me here. There's no doubt about that, but as long as I'm at the front of the train, I don't care.
Gap to your teammate behind, 19.7 seconds. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 8.6 seconds.
Oscar's thinking about it, he's having a look. Not going to get it done though, and actually might end up losing a position because Lewis is getting tasty. I tried to save a bit of battery there so that I had some for this straight as well, and that's worked quite well. Managing my battery and making sure I always have some to defend is going to be really important to stay at the head of this train. Those four in front are just getting further and further and further away, but that's fine. Our fight with them is not this season. We hope to be fighting with them next season when we're in a Ferrari, but at the moment, in a Haas, quite happy with P5. Not Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez is fighting hard with Fernando Alonso for the lead of the Grand Prix. They've been back and forth. Max is right with them though. So there's still the trio right there. 12.5 to probably 14 seconds down the road. Which is definitely uncatchable. Lando will be going to hard tyres at the end, will be going to mediums, but I don't think we'll be able to overturn a 10-second gap, to be honest. Oscar's coming for it again. He's closer this time. We'll try and fight it though. Held the position again. Not going to be able to keep this up though. Not at this rate. I'm going to take the really defensive inside line here. Force him around the outside. Get my elbows out. I'm fighting for position here. This isn't a short-term fight that we can win back later. I need to try and ensure that I'm going to fight. Doesn't matter if we lose time. We're at the front of the train. We know we're not going to catch those in front anyway. Oof, hello, Oscar. This is for our target finish at the end of the season. We're not going to lose a position in the drivers' standings. We're not going to lose a position in the constructors' standings. Just 100 points. So if you don't mind, Oscar, elbows are out, and they might well have blades on the end of them as well.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 12.5 seconds.
to run out of battery. Just going to have to suck it up, I think. I've not got the battery retention to be able to keep them behind. Oh, I need a P8, and at the minute, Charles Leclerc at the end of this train is P9. So, if I fall to the back of this train, I will no longer be in a position to get my 100 points. But, he's gone medium, and we believe we can go medium, hard, medium. But that still would only be P8, which would just be enough, and I'd be fighting Charles tooth and nail at the end of the race. This is touch and go as to whether we will get our 100 points or not at the moment. Piastri's going to get me, and I'm just going to suck it up
You can win that place back.
and sit in his DRS. If I can just sit in second in this train, then that in turn is good enough for me. Leading it, I just don't have the pace to do. Even with as much battery retention as I can possibly muster, I don't have the pace to lead this train. But I might well have the pace to sit in 6th or 7th in the race and 2nd or 3rd in the train and still be able to keep up. I hope so anyway. Long live DRS. Long live ERS. Long live 100 points. Long live the dream. Weather update. We're in Abu Dhabi, pal. It's not going to rain. I believe DRS is being taken out of the rules for 2026. Yes, I think so. They said, or was that just rumoured at the minute and not confirmed? I had to leave yesterday. I had to leave early yesterday. I was P7. I just passed Charles. We got to P2, Bloz, and we're about to take the lead of the race and win it. And my gearbox failed with 8 laps to go-ish. We would have won the race, but my gearbox died. I'm so sorry. You lost over 200,000 channel points as a result. You're going from ill just to end the stream.
a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
It's alright, Oscar, I'm not going to take you, mate. Just trying to defend to Lewis. Excuse me, Lewis, do you mind? That's my rear tyre.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 18.0 seconds.
Yeah, really lonely race for Lando. Playing this really tactically at the minute, purposefully staying behind Piastri. I can probably go for it again and hope that he battles with Lewis and George, but I think we're all boxing on lap 40. Charles will box slightly earlier. I think all of us on the hard tyre are going to box lap 40. We'll find out when Charles is going to box because Lando will box at the same time. I think Lando's going to box 38ish. Try and do 20 laps on the hard set. We're going to box 40. And then try and do 18 laps on the medium tyre. The medium tyre that only did 15 laps at the beginning of the race, but that was when, of course, we were much heavier on fuel.
Okay, the car ahead's beginning to pull away. You know what to do.
No, it's fine. So we should be in a position that the medium tyres will last longer in the final stint than they did in the first. I'm probably going to have to just go for Piastri here. Oh, I'm just still quite happy to just stick behind. Really feel like I've got enough of a battery reserve at the minute. I'd like to be at like close to 100% battery when we come into this DRS zone. Then I'm quite happy to try and take Piastri and push on past him. I'm just biding my time at the minute because we're not boxing for another 9 laps, so there's a lot of racing to go yet. Quite happy to be P6. All I want is P8 or more. We know we've not got the pace to get away at the front of this train, so we might as well just sit in P2 in the train and be happy with it. And then maybe try and make a move at the end of the race when the time comes. Thank you for the 100 bits, Jordan. Millie? Lewis, that's the nice rear tyre you've got there, Ches. It'd be same if someone, I don't know, pit manoeuvred it to overtake you. Yeah. I'd rather we didn't.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
as you were saying, Millie. Bloody hell. Lewis got very aggressive through turn 1 there, and has cost me DRS on Piastri now. Just as Millie made a joke in chat about Lewis potentially pit manoeuvring me, he then went to try and pit manoeuvre me. Threw it up the inside of turn 1. I'm going to use all of my battery to get within DRS range of Piastri again here to start the recovery phase once more. Thankfully, Piastri didn't get too far away, and we have been able, whoa, he says, to recover back to have DRS. But that was dangerous. I'm going to go on the inside here to Lewis. We've just got the pace. With the battery, we've just got the pace. I'll stick with Piastri. Come on, Oscar. Back you come, pal. Don't leave me behind. I'm hanging on to the back of you. It's saving my race right now.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake. Okay, mate, let's try and pick our moments where we use ERS. Let's try to be consistent with it going forward, please.
Rather annoyingly, Pierre Gasly's joined the back of this gaggle as well now. So there is the potential to drop as far as P10 if we don't get this right. It was my intention to go a little bit longer on this hard set. We're going to undercut at the beginning and overcut at the end. But I don't think, even with a 2 or 3 lap tyre advantage on those other medium runners, I don't think I'm going to be fast enough with just my outright pace to be able to overturn the gap that they'll get from the undercut on me. So I'm going to have to copy Piastri and just box when they box about lap 40 and pray for the best to stay in the train again. The soft is not an option because A, it's not a brand new set of softs, and B, the softs die so quickly here, it's quite simply just not worth it. I might go for Piastri here. Lap 35. So that he doesn't get DRS on me again. There you go. We can take P5 back again.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy.
So, as I say, we're probably going to box 40. I'm almost certain we're going to box 40. I'm almost certain everyone else that's on a hard tyre right now is going to box lap 40 as well. And then just as it has been in basically the entire race so far, it's just a case of trying to maintain position so that we're in an area where we can get those 100 points. So I'd love to be at the front of the train, but if I can't be at the front of the train, I need to just be in the middle of it. Lewis is right on Oscar here. The dream is that they start fighting behind, but I don't think they will do. Stay, boys, stay. Perez in the box now. So Sergio Perez and the other medium tyres runners are in as well. So they're going to look to do 23 laps. 22 laps, sorry.
Norris is stopping now.
On a set of hard tyres. They've medium harded. Whereas the majority of the rest are hard mediuming. Or hard mediuming, whereas we are hard mediuming. It's all a bit confusing at times, but we're not quite going to come out with Checo here, but we are going to come out ahead of Lando Norris. Quite a way ahead of Lando Norris as well. But unfortunately, we're not going to stand any chance of... Whoa, concentrate, Checo's not going to stand any chance of catching Sergio Perez. Quite frankly, I'm just going to get taken by Piastri here, but I have to ensure that it's only Piastri that goes through. I need to stay ahead of Lewis. And I might not be able to do that. He's going to claw over the curb there. I'm going to stick my tail in his face. And we will keep P5. Status quo again. Still planning on boxing 40. I'd be tempted to box 39, but I just don't think the medium tyres would last. I'd rather have exactly the same tyres as they do, rather than slightly worse. I think boxing with them is going to be more favourable than taking a one-lap undercut. Yeah, I know. I just told everyone on YouTube and Twitch about it. Going to try and take Oscar again here. Just to come out of the pits in front of him. Still got enough battery to be able to hopefully hold our own for one more lap in front of the train. Box for medium tyres. Hopefully, because there's 2 Mercedes in this train, they won't double stack. Actually, no, hopefully they do double stack. I mean, they won't. But double stacking or 1 extra lap for one of the Mercedes is going to cause them to lose 2 or 3 seconds, which hopefully is going to earn us the ability to stay ahead of at least one of them by the end of the race. It's going to work more in our favour. Lando Norris has found his way to the back of this train. Not only that, he's already made his way past Pierre Gasly, and he's now right on the back of George Russell. The other Ferrari... Oh no, it's not the other Ferrari. Charles Leclerc's actually dropping off the back. Charles Leclerc on his brand new hard tyres. Is it? Oh no, it's Sainz that's there. Leclerc has boxed off his mediums and he's gone down to P15 at the moment. Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to get it or not. At this moment in time, I have absolutely no idea whether I'm going to get my 100 points or not. It is the dream. We are going to box this lap. And we live in hope that we can still finish P8 or higher.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
They're going longer. They're going longer. I fully expected others to box with me here. And they're not. I don't know whether this is going to work in our favour or against us. If I can get DRS off someone.
Okay, go, go, go.
Oh, there's a big train there.
Looks like a nice stop time.
This could be a big train that I come out behind, I think.
No more scheduled
I'm terrified. I'm terrified. We've got a lot of traffic to make our way through here. A lot of traffic. Hopefully, though, the others will just box and come out behind me. In theory, they should box and be behind me, so they too will have to make it through this traffic. I hope. Right, it's all gone to chaos now. A lot of these in front will have to box again. Charles Leclerc, we know, doesn't, but he's on the hard tyre to the end and we're on the medium now. This is us to the end. Only a couple in. Sainz is in. One of the Mercedes is in, and Oscar Piastri is in. And a lot of this group in front, in fact, maybe even the whole of this group in front, other than Charles Leclerc, have boxed. That's huge. It means we haven't lost any time behind them. Charles Leclerc needs to drag me to glory here. We are in P8. As it stands, we are in position. The exact position to get us 100 points. But I have to finish at least here. I can't afford to lose any more positions. There is still a Mercedes and Pierre Gasly to box. I need to get DRS or Charles Leclerc for the next section, and we will do. I need to get ahead of Leclerc here and hope that he holds up others. Getting past Charles Leclerc is race critical. Because here comes Oscar Piastri in a very quick McLaren. Come on, Charles, let's get a move on, please. Expecting Russell and Gasly in this lap, and indeed they both are. So we're currently running P8. We should be up to P6. And then hopefully get in front of Leclerc and be running P5 again. Leclerc's strategy here could really work for him, actually. If he can get his elbows out and be defensive against those that are on the mediums, he could have a really, really positive end result. Right then. 16 laps to go, including the one that we're on. And we're doing it so far. That's Leclerc dealt with. Now what might be huge is that behind Piastri there's a bit of a gap of about 4 seconds, and also that group, that train, are still very, very close together. So both Mercedes in P8 and 9, and Gasly in 10 and Sainz in 11, hopefully will fight, cost each other time, and we can race away with Leclerc and Piastri and guarantee a top 7 finish. That's the current hope, but not the expectation. It's all based on my speed and my pace at the moment, because I'm going to hold Leclerc and Piastri up. And it's a case of, can the Mercedes, if they don't fight with one another, close the gap on the 3 of us and then get involved to make it a really big train again.
Okay, gap to the car in front.
At the moment, I think they are doing that.
0.7 seconds.
Leclerc on those hard tyres might become my rear gunner and might do his teammate job the race before we actually become teammates. He says as Oscar Piastri is going to make the overtake on him, and Charles Leclerc's rear gunner days are over. Alright, never mind then. It was worth it for a lap or two. Thank you, Charles. See you in Maranello next year, pal. Go away, Oscar. He's still there. He's not going away. Alright. Take me with you then, Oscar. That gap to Russell is down to 2. It was 4 last time I saw it. The big train is returning. It's not what we need. This train is going to be from 5th to 11th. It's not only a case now of, are we going to get enough points to get over 100? It might even be a case of, are we just even going to get points? Russell and Leclerc going for it behind. Russell is through. 1.3 seconds though. Now we just have to hope Oscar Piastri's pace. Oh, Leclerc's taking him back again. Charles, you hero. Keep fighting, lad. Keep fighting, pal. My teammate, ladies and gentlemen. My teammate for next season. Actually, is now half a second behind George Russell. Never mind. Keep fighting though, George. Keep fighting though, Charles. Fight every single car as they come past and cost them every single 10th of a second you possibly can. Love that flex. Who would be my dream teammate? Rubens, probably. Rubens or Checo. Evening, Brandon. How are we, lad? I'm pushing. Trust me, I'm pushing. Leave me alone, I know what to do.
Managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Okay, mate. Right, we've got a full battery, which means we can use more of it to gain performance. Let's go.
Away, George.
Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
No FC until Sunday. No FC until Sunday. Probably going to be too hot for iRacing, to be honest, Jamie. It's going to be like 25 degrees later in the week, which is meaning it's going to be 30 plus in the office. If you think I'm going to drive on the rig in that, you got another thing coming. Oscar, don't go defensive, mate. It's just going to cost us both time. We're happy to just chill behind you till the end of the race, mate. I'm going to have to make the overtake. Or at least drive Oscar forwards. Gap to Lewis is 2 seconds. Need to maintain that gap. Can't afford to let Lewis and Carlos Sainz get on the back of this train.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
I'm gonna. George drove into me there. Saw a left in the car's whip. I'm gonna take Oscar now. Take the DRS off the back of him here. Sainz is fighting with Lewis. This is great news. Thank you, Carlos. It's going to hold the two of them up. I'm actually finding it a bit more difficult to get past Oscar Piastri than I thought I would. But we're going to get the move done. 6 laps to go as we cross the line. In a P5 finish currently.
Okay, gap ahead, 18.2 seconds.
George is going for it on Oscar. He might even brake late and try and have a look at the inside of me. Not that we're going to have any of it. Oof. But he's through. George Russell past the Mercedes, and now here's Lewis and here's Carlos Sainz. And that is P8 and 9. And George Russell's going for it on me now. Down to P6. Piastri's having a look as well. Might even be P7 soon. We try and hold this inside line against Oscar like we did last time and hope that he backs out of it. She's not doing this time. We have been able to hold the position. Now it's George Russell we trail in P6. Just got to finish P8 or higher. George is going. Jesus, there's some pace in that Mercedes. Come back here, Mr. Russell, please. Jesus Christ. He's off. He's well and truly gone. He really is gone. I can't catch him. I'm terrified. If Lewis gets through, Lewis will do the same. Look at the speed in that Mercedes. That's a rocket ship. It's just disappearing into the distance. Um, 5 laps to go, including the one that we're on. Significantly less confident of seeing it through as I was previously. That's fine. We'll just get DRS off Piastri. At least I know I can remain competitive with Piastri. I'd like to think I can remain competitive with Sainz as well, but cannot afford to lose up another position to Lewis Hamilton. The only way we can afford to lose a position to Lewis is if he also takes Piastri. I have to keep Piastri with us to stand a chance of overtaking him on the final lap and getting that position that I need. Sainz and Gasly here. Leclerc is closing back up, I think, as well, as his hard tyres start to become the better race tyre at this stage of the Grand Prix. Leclerc's not too far behind. There he is, rounding the final turn. 4 laps to go, and I can only afford to lose 1 more place. Three laps to go. George really has just pieced out in front. 3 seconds to get to him from me now. My tyres are really not enjoying life at the moment. 25 and 26% worn on the rear. But everybody else's will be about the same because we all boxed on similar laps. Although I did box early, didn't I? Probably what's making me vulnerable at the minute. Keep your fingers crossed. Boys and girls, keep your fingers crossed. Even though there's only 2.5 laps to go, there's a lot of racing left in this Grand Prix.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Young Dagger, exclamation mark, camera, will give you the response you're asking for. Thank you for the follow, Ted. Appreciate it, mate. No, George. It's not George, it's Lewis. I am P8. I am the furthest back that I can afford to fall.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
Piastri's not got DRS. I'm going to try and stick with Lewis now. Back in P7. Piastri around the outside maybe. Lewis, I'm having to slam my anchors on. Piastri's still there. Just been able to stay ahead of Oscar. Still in P7, now following another Mercedes. A Mercedes that we fully expect to dance off into the distance the same way that George Russell did. We only have a lap to go. Never let it be said that there is never end of season drama in any save that we do on any game.
Okay, this is your final
1 lap to go,
lap of the
and
race.
it's all still up for
Lead by
grabs.
22.5 seconds.
I'll try and use my battery to stick with Lewis here and keep my DRS. Which thankfully we will be able to do. I could make a last gasp lunge for Lewis into turn 9 here if I can get enough of a run on him. And still maybe get a P5 finish. Max Verstappen wins yet another Grand Prix this year. He has rocked this World Championship and got close to 500 points this season. Lewis is using his battery. I'm going to use all of mine here. Still behind him. Wasn't going to get the move done, so I just stopped using the battery. No point using it to then potentially mess up your braking point. Currently P7. I needed P8 or better, and it looks like we are going to get it, even though we've been teetering on the edge of not getting it for about 40 laps. Maybe even the entire Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton will lead us home as we cross the line. Our final Grand Prix in a Haas FC, and a MoneyGram Haas F1 car sees us come home in P7. We started 7th, we end 7th, but there was quite a lot that happened in between, wasn't there? Driver of the day in my last race for the team. I'll take it. We get 102 points, I believe, for the season. Max Verstappen from Sergio Perez from Fernando Alonso, or the other way around. Alonso was able to finish ahead of Sergio Perez by 4 tenths. It's just crufty. We'll take the P7 and be very, very happy with it. Am I going to go up another rating before the end of the season here? My awareness goes up to 78. My pace is good. My focus is decent. We're going to stay 77 for now. My reputation to Kevin Magnussen improves. It would be even better still, but Haas found out about me talking to Ferrari and they were none too pleased. So now, presumably, I say, ta very much. I pack my bags from North Carolina and head to Maranello, right? So your final standings for this season, Max Verstappen wins the championship by 170 points over Fernando Alonso. Checo in P3, Charles P4, Lando rounds out the top 5 with Lewis in 6th, Carlos Sainz and George Russell, Oscar Piastri and myself top 10 in my first season in Formula 1 and over 100 points in my first season in Formula 1. We would love to score significantly more in a Ferrari next season. Kevin gets 29 and between us, we're able to ensure that Haas get P6 in the constructors' standings, which will give them a great financial boost. Logan Sargent is the only driver not to score any points this year. Max won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Max won 14 of the 24 Grand Prix this year and was on the podium a further 1, 2, 3 times as well. DNF'd only twice. We DNF'd only twice. We do have a win to our name and another podium as well with a P3 in Belgium. Overall, I really don't think I could have asked for more in my debut season, so very, very happy with it indeed. The performance index currently looks like that. Red Bull, Aston Martin, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Haas, RB, Sauber, Alpine, Williams. But how it will look at the beginning of the next season, I've no idea. Now we have to go to the contract event where I will select my team for next year. The options available to me are Ferrari, who we have secret meeting information from, which you can see here. Their current development, they've really not developed the aerodynamics at all. Only 4 of 24 on the aero, but the chassis and durability is very good. The powertrain is 10 of 22, but they have a strong powertrain anyway. 80% success rate of the 41 upgrades applied, but I would only get 35% recognition to Charles Leclerc, which I think is actually better than the 32 I originally had. At present, I could sign for them. RB are interested, as are Sauber, but I cannot sign for Red Bull, Aston Martin, McLaren, Mercedes, Alpine or Williams. And of Sauber, RB, Haas and Ferrari, I think you know which one I'm going to, don't you? Recognition-wise, I'd be very much behind Charles Leclerc. Pretty much level with Kevin Magnussen. Very much level with Yuki Tsunoda. And nearly level with Valtteri Bottas. But understandably, when offered those 4 teams, we are heading to Maranello to sign with Fred Vasseur to join the infamous Red Team. Put the squiggle at the bottom of the paper, Ches. Or we need to select our target, don't we? It recommends I set a target of 81. Now, we've grown from, what, the mid-60s to 77 this season. But24 as we progress further and further through, it's going to take more and more XP to get up the levels. But hopefully, through another full 24 race lap, 24 race season. Oh, my brain, I'm so tired. We can get the job done. 81, I'm quite happy with. I can sign up to a 3-season contract. We will sign for 2 seasons at Ferrari, because if it's not going well after 1, I would probably look to break contract if Ferrari aren't as far advanced as we hope they will be. I'm going to sign with Scuderia Ferrari for 2 years. Contract signed on the dotted line. We are in at Maranello. What happens next? I've absolutely no idea. We just go to the end of the season. Okay, well that's easy enough. Some more resources for Haas, but we're not going to be able to use them here. Will I be able to use them at Ferrari? I don't know. We shall finish the season. When you're finished here, you can advance to the start of the next season. Can we do anything else for Haas? In these final stages, 193 resource points is not going to be enough to do anything for the team, unfortunately. I'm sorry. We've protected you very well for next season, though. We pray that Ferrari are actually decent next year, and we've no idea how competitive the infamous red car may well be. All we know is we will be in it. But where's Carlos Sainz going to go? Is it going to be a straight swap to Haas? Or are there going to be more driver transfers? That's how the recognition ends at the end of this season. My statistics for the year: 1 race win, 0 pole positions, 102 points, championship position of 10th, 2 accolades earned. My driver rating has gone up 13. I am now 78 rated. And my recognition has gone up 8% to 47. You can't quite see that underneath me. Here we go then, to Season 2. I'll have a quick break, Chris, if you don't mind, even though we're going to stay on this screen. Because they are infamous. IB, that's what infamous is, like, more than famous, isn't it? Oh, infamous is on the negative side. I thought infamous was like a step on from... Or the infamous is famous for being negative. Notoriously evil. What's the phrase I'm looking for then? I can pay out the prediction. Which was indeed P8 or higher. To be fair, they are infamous for their horrendous strategies. Well, Portugal is the only track I can add. Do we take out a track to put Portugal in? If so, what track? True, we could take Brazil out with the OP AI. Yes, Luke. Because of licensing, K-Jack. Right, we'll start a new highlight here then, Chris. We have the opportunity to adjust the calendar for next year. Now, because the AI was so OP at Brazil, I'm probably going to take Brazil out to put Portugal in. And then we can swap that back around next season or put something else in ahead of Portugal. So, no Interlagos. The 21st Grand Prix this season will be Portuguese speaking, but it will be native Portuguese, not Brazilian Portuguese. We race at we race at Portimao instead of Interlagos. My guy looks good in red, doesn't he? Confirm settings for the driver career. We're off to Maranello. The question is, how good is the Ferrari? I have a scenario to select. Put a twist on the usual rules of the R&D system. Only one R&D scenario can be active at a time. They can only be activated between seasons, but deactivated at any time. So I can either put high inflation on. Upgrades will become more expensive as you develop. That will slow down the progress of the car. Only powertrain upgrade components can be purchased. All other departments will have their fitted upgrades removed. Yikes. Only aero, only chassis, or only durability. Well, we did see rather remarkable growth through the season. So I think for me it's either none or high inflation. And I might put this to a vote with those that are with me live here before we decide either way. We'll cut there. High inflation increases it dramatically. How much is dramatically though? And will it make us super uncompetitive? Just to make it more to add a twist to it and give it a little bit of uniqueness, Dan, I guess. Only one upgrade can be purchased each calendar month. Minor upgrades only. Balancing out the field. The team currently top of the performance chart is required to remove one upgrade at random each race weekend. Wow, endless resources. No, it would only be me. Upgrades that cost 900 to 1100 were costing 20. Wow, so it doubles everything. So shall we go? Should we go none then? All right. Oh, it does affect all teams. If it affects all teams, then surely it's no different to none. It just means that all teams progress slower rather than just us compared to everyone else. I mean, I don't mind that. It would mean that the longevity of the save would be longer. Should we do... We'll do none for this season, and then maybe we'll consider it for the third season to elongate the save out. Okay. So we've discussed with Twitch chat, and in general, everybody, almost to a man, has said none. High inflation does affect all teams, apparently, and it effectively pretty much doubles the resource points you need for each part, which would elongate out the length of the save, so to speak, but would make the second season perhaps a bit more stale because there wouldn't be as much changing up and down the rankings. So I think we'll stick with none now, but then we might do high inflation next year, although these few at the bottom will become available at the end of Season 2 as well. But we'll stick with none for this first season, with no R&D scenario, and, well, we're not actually moving house. Either that or we've rebuilt the exact same house on the exact same street in Italy. To be fair, I'm probably just living in Monaco somewhere, aren't I, if we're completely honest? Like every other bloody Formula 1 driver. But I'm wearing red now. Intercooler. Oh, Sainz has actually had an upgrade to do for me there. Driver moves. Okay, here we go. I'm moving to Ferrari to replace Carlos Sainz. Sainz is moving to Haas to replace me, so it's a straight swap. Ocon is going to Sauber because Bottas is no longer driving this season. Valtteri Bottas retires, or I don't know whether he's retired or whether he's just not got a drive this year. So Hülkenberg has signed to Alpine to replace Ocon, and Théo Pourchaire is going to Williams to replace Logan Sargent. So straight swap in Ferrari and Haas. Ocon moves to Sauber. Bottas is out. Hülkenberg to Alpine, because Hülkenberg wasn't racing last year, of course. He was out of a seat because I took his seat. And Théo Pourchaire replaces Logan Sargent. So I don't think Bottas has retired. It's just similar to Nico Hülkenberg last year, where he is no longer in a drive. So at the moment, Ferrari, there's really not much happened with that R&D progress at all, is there? The chart is very similar to how it was last year. I've only got 193 resource points available to me. So comparatively to every other team at the moment, Ferrari have the 8th worst aero package, but the 2nd best chassis, the 4th best engine, and the 8th best durability. So I think you'll find aero is going to be where we're spending most of our points at the beginning of this season. Wow. Okay, well, it's going to be nice to drive with Nico Hülkenberg on the grid. It's going to be weird to see him in an Alpine, though. Although he has driven for that team before, of course, when he was at Renault, or when they were called Renault. Théo Pourchaire makes it to the Formula 1 grid for the very first time in a full-time seat with Williams, although we have used him in my team in previous years, and Logan Sargent is no more. We shall get some weekly resources here, go to the new season grid reveal, start to upgrade the car as quickly as we possibly can.
Mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Thanks, mate. And the grid reveal will look entirely different this year because there'll be a number of different drivers standing in front of different cars, including me in front of a red Ferrari. When it eventually loads, here we go. The Red Bull, there's my car, or to be honest, probably Charles's, isn't it, if we're honest, ahead of a teammate. Carlos Sainz looks really weird in a Haas overall, particularly so. Ocon looks weird in a Sauber one too. No changes at McLaren, no changes at Red Bull or Mercedes. There's me alongside Charles Leclerc. It's going to be weird to see Sainz in that overall. Hülkenberg actually doesn't look too bad in that one. Théo Pourchaire. Ocon does look weird in the Sauber one though, and there's the Red Bull at the end again. Everybody the exact same height. Yuki's had a massive, massive growth spurt apparently. Yuki Tsunoda looking that tall is particularly strange, isn't it, actually? Season objectives. Over the course of the season, I want us to be best of the rest. Wow. Ferrari with ambitions of being best of the rest. Best of the rest only. Yikes. Now, we need 900 resource points to even begin to upgrade the aero side of things. So we're going to have to significantly start earning as many points in practice programs as we possibly can. Leclerc's got some resource points as well. I'm going to set my specialists up for this race weekend, and then we shall go to Bahrain, although it would be really to check the weather, but let's be honest, in Bahrain, it's almost certainly going to be dry, isn't it? Compete 14 laps during a race weekend. I think we're going to do that with 100% race distance, aren't we? Spend over 55 seconds in 6th gear. That's absolutely easily doable. And earn 8 championship points during the race weekend. Well, we don't yet know how competitive we'll be in Ferrari, but we shall set that bar as high as we possibly can there. At least the car should sound familiar, because the Haas used the Ferrari engine, and, well, Ferrari used their own engines, so the car will sound the same. We had a P19 finish in Bahrain last year. That was on a significant, like 95 difficulty. We're now at 105 difficulty, but we do have a setup that should hopefully help us be significantly more competitive. I've driven 1,774 laps in my career so far, and I'm just 45 miles away from having driven 6,000. 1 race win, 2 podium finishes. I certainly hope that they look slightly better by the end of this season with regards to my accolades. Join me in the next episode for my Ferrari debut in Race 1, Season 2. That's all for me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed this first season. Do subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on Season 2, which is not far away at all. And I will see you then. I should probably say ciao at the end, shouldn't I? Ciao. I didn't get a screenshot for the thumbnail. We can do that, can't we now? Qatar's already done, so let me just rename this F1 24 Abu Dhabi. We'll go and get a thumbnail for the upload, and then I'll go and grab a snack whilst we then switch to Football Manager. But you guys can help me decide on the thumbnail first, can't you? The finale video is not going to take me ages. Oh, sorry, ages for Chris to edit. I read that. You said Chris, and obviously I'm also called Chris, so I got confused for a moment. I haven't said it yet. Let's wait for my first time on track in a Ferrari first. Brody, thank you for the follow, pal. P7 ads. P7. Yeah, 102 points in the end, so thrilled with that. Where's good for a picture at Abu Dhabi? There isn't really like a landmark feature, is there? Apart from maybe the hotel, but it's not really going to look very good in a picture. The double overtake would look good, but I wonder if that's actually even going to be in the footage. I can't remember what lap it was on. We'll get a couple of pictures then. Try and get something with the hotel. Jesus Christ, that looked... From this angle, it looked like his tyre was inside mine, didn't it? That's not bad, you know. Oh, slow-mo, slow-mo. Friggin' nom. I can't fit everything in and the hotel. Needs to be this side of it, really, don't we? Ah, piss. Press the wrong button. Oh my god, I'm so hot. I'm sweating. I can feel my face clam up. I'm sweating. Let's just fast forward to that bit again, shall we? See if we can get a picture with the hotel in it. Beep 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 beep. Wah. Slow-mo. Get off the car. Le bouche. Not really. I didn't watch the Mbappe presentation, no. What lap was it? The double overtake was pretty early on, right? Oh, sorry, Jordan. Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy with the ones we've got. I'm happy with ones we've got. Let me get my spreadsheet up. Alright, 13th. Okay, fine. That's weird. Sometimes I try and do you guys, and the dates are just weird. Got it wrong somewhere. What I can show you is this. This is everybody now that is new in the save. For FM, which we will move to next. I need to go through and grey out those that are cancelled now as well, elsewhere on the list. But I'm going to go and have a quick lunch break. We might be back at 4 maybe. I might, because I need to put the bins out, etc. So I'll go and grab yourself some food and join me back here in at most 20 minutes, at most, to play some Football Manager for the first time in weeks. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for your support on the Formula 1 part of today's action. I shall see you for the next part of today's action in a little while. BRB.